their own bully, and it looks like Brighton is Chelsea bully, because Chelsea took their coach initially, took Cucurella, took Caicedo, took their scout, and they still beat Chelsea. Brighton has raised maybe close to 250.
Watch Transit TV right now.
I'm Tochku Michael. Keep watching Transit TV.
Those who know football, those who want to know football, they gather in this channel. And if you are here, I know you know football or you want to know football. Chelsea went to Brighton today and got annihilated 3-0. They took back to Stamford Bridge today. We just watched that game, and there are so many talking points to this one, starting from the Chelsea having a strong start to this game and all their players, especially the front players, working hard, to Chelsea playing Brighton on their day. And of course, Enzo Maresca showing today that he has no in-game tactical nous to manage games. We also have learned today that everybody has their bully in EPL, like I have said in the past. And we are going to also let you know in this video the new tactical formation out there that has given a few teams troubles this week in games, both in Champions League and in the EPL as well. So sit back and enjoy this one. Before we go ahead, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel, or if you have not done so, and like and share this video, as well as we'll try to make sense of what Brighton and Chelsea did this afternoon at Brighton Stadium. Starting from, of course, like I said, Chelsea having a strong start. I've been a very, very critical person about Chelsea front players, especially their attitudes, not working hard enough for the team, especially Noni Madueke, Palmer, and Sancho and Neto. But today, I must confess, for the first time, I saw a sense of urgency and great work attitude from these players. Unfortunately, this resulted to Noni Madueke having a hamstring today. You might say maybe he was trying to do what he's not used to doing, which is working hard and putting pressure and running as much as he could. Today, I saw him do much work off the ball that I've ever seen him do for Chelsea. And unfortunately, it only lasted for 18 minutes and he was out of the pitch. Neto as well did a little bit of work. The only person, and another person that impressed me in that area, just working hard off the ball in the beginning, was Enzo Fernandez. But of course, this did not yield any food for Chelsea. That's the first thing I learned in this game. First 20-25 minutes, Chelsea players were working hard. You could see that they knew that they needed to win this game, but unfortunately, it did not yield any results today. Again, in this game today, we have learned that Brighton is a team that you do not want to play on their day. I have questioned this. Don't forget that Brighton is one of the favorite teams of my brother Ubum. I've always asked him what is the problem with Brighton, because on their day they can even beat Real Madrid. I'm not joking. So Chelsea decided to work hard on a day they are playing against Brighton. Brighton is not a team you want to play on their day, and they proved that today. They just didn't give Chelsea any space to breathe, both off and on the ball. Tactically, positionally, execution, and in fact, going for execution, let me not say execution, because if Mitoma was on it today with his final ball and taking off his chances, maybe Chelsea would have gotten like 6-0 today. And this is not just trying, this is not banter, this is real talk right now. This is real talk. Brighton just, we are too much for Chelsea to handle today. And that brings me to the goal that Mitoma scored. If you are in doubt of what the benefits of a goalkeeper being good with the ball to his feet, go and watch the goal Mitoma scored today. From the pass from the goalkeeper, the precision, the range of that pass, the control of Mitoma, and eventually how he executed the goal, you understand more what goalkeepers are also need to be technically, sound or good with their ball to their feet. And that takes me to the fourth thing that we learned today, which is that I have said it before, every team in EPL have their own bully. And it looks like Brighton is Chelsea bully. Because Chelsea took their coach initially, took Cucurella, took Caicedo, took their scout, and they still beat Chelsea. Brighton has raised maybe close to 250 million from Chelsea in the last 3 seasons, and they still beat Chelsea. You remember when they signed Potter brought his team to this stadium, and they got beaten 4-1. They just beat Chelsea last weekend out of FA Cup. Today again, 3-0. And this is not jokes. These goals, their goals were well-taken goals, and Chelsea had no answers to the questions that Brighton posed to them today. So yeah, everybody have their bully in EPL, and it looks like Chelsea have finally identified their own bully. Brighton don't give Chelsea any breathing space, and they score goals. They score goals against Chelsea. So yeah, everybody in EPL have their bully, and that's what we have learned today, that Brighton has comprehensively shown that they are Chelsea's bully in EPL. And the final point is there is a new formation in town. There's a new formation in town. Teams, for a very long time now, what we have been seeing is 4-3-3. During the midweek Champions League, we saw Real Madrid go with 2 players up top, and that gave Manchester City a lot of problems. Today, Brighton did it as well. Of course, we know that Welbeck usually lead their lines, but they added Bolabe or Salabe to run behind, to be behind Welbeck, and that was a big issue for Chelsea today. And I've said this many times, that Caicedo alone in that midfield is a problem. So it was too much for Caicedo to handle. And it looks like by going back to the usual formation of 4-4-2 or having 2 strikers lately, and I've seen that work against so many teams recently. When teams try it by going with 2 strikers, it has given defensive centre backs a lot of issues, because the modern day football, defensive midfielders most times don't really stay back to help their centre backs. They kind of are the playmakers now, deep line playmakers. So when teams are bold enough to go with 2 strikers, it becomes a very big problem for defenders, the defensive teams to handle. And that takes us to the final point, which is that Enzo Maresca has no tactical nouns to manage games. In this game today, he did practically nothing to change the course of, and the substitutions that he made were nowhere effective. Like I said, Caicedo Enzo doesn't work. I know most times when teams are suffering like this, it's the DM that usually take out. But you have to also look at the game. Enzo had nothing to offer Chelsea after they conceded the first goal. I don't see the reason why he was dropped in the DM position and took out Caicedo. Caicedo was the only one trying to match up Brighton. Why don't you take out Enzo and leave Caicedo, then move players around, or go with even 2 defenders or 3 defenders and put pressure on Brighton? But what did he do? Sit down there, let the team the way it is, just change personnel, and most of the players that Chelsea have are like for like. So there is really nothing that changes in terms of formation, in terms of approach. So Brighton, all they need to do was still to outwork the Chelsea players on the pitch. So Enzo Maresca, for me, there is serious questioning for his tactical nouns or ability to manage, especially in-game management. He's shown it again today that you cannot trust him to make changes, both structurally and personnel-wise, to change fortunes for Chelsea when games are not going their way. And that's another thing we found out today. So I don't know if you agree with me on these points. Let me know what in the comment section. Chelsea, do you think they are going to make top 4? This is the way they are going. I think in their last 6 games now, they've only recorded maybe 1 or 2 wins, drawn and lost a lot of them. This is back to what we saw under Pochettino. And like I've always said, those that we are watching championship last season, Enzo Maresca almost threw it away. He did very well in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, Leicester struggled, and they almost lost the championship last season. Maybe that's the repetition. This is who Maresca is. He doesn't have the stamina to steer his teams to success all through the season. That means he is not a league coach. Is that what we are finding out? I'm not saying that for now, but it looks like this is what Maresca is made of. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And while we wait for the loaded EPL come tomorrow, there are so many big games tomorrow and Sunday. It's beginning to heat up, it's beginning to shape up. Is Liverpool running away with this league? We'll find out. Arsenal, with the no striker issue and injury issues with them, is it going to make them drop out of the title race? We will start to find that out this weekend. I'll see you again next time. Ciao.